Hi everyone, my name is Clarissa, and this is your evening flow class, all levels, all bodies welcome. Grab any props you might need, and I'm going to head over to the mat. See you there. I'm going to sit on a block. I like having my hips raised up above my knees. I'm going to find a gentle, comfortable seated position. Relax your arms. Close your eyes and begin to notice your breath as we center into this practice. Feel like you're growing up tall through the top of your head, breathing in and out of your nose. Slow it down. Pay attention to every single breath, reaching that inhale to all parts of your body, and with your exhale, imagine you're emptying yourself of breath. Continue this pattern of inhaling deeply, exhaling, emptying yourself of breath before you take your next inhale. We feel our shoulders coming down. We relax facial muscles, the jaw. As you exhale, you may begin to feel your core engaging. Inhale, you could feel soft through your belly. And exhale, engaging through your core. Take a few more of those belly breaths. Inhale, soft belly. Exhale, navel pulling in towards spine. This as we wake up that core. And if your mind keeps wandering away, bring it back to your breath. Slowly drop your chin down towards your chest. Think about blinking your eyes open into the space. Of course, you can close them whenever you want to, reaching tips of the fingers down towards the floor. Flip your palms up towards the ceiling. Reach wide to either side. Inhale, touch your hands at the top, and exhale through the middle. Keep that flow going. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, palms to touch. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale through the middle. Take a few more of those. Maybe exhaling out the mouth. Hands return to the floor on either side, tilting one ear towards one shoulder. We feel that lovely stretch on the opposite side of the neck. Chin drops heavy and we swing over to the opposite side. We continue with this half circle, tilting one ear over, maybe inhaling one way, exhaling as you tilt the other way. Staying in that low half circle, or a choice to point your nose up towards the ceiling and taking a full rotation. Feel your neck and shoulders loosening up as you continue to rotate, changing directions every few. Pause in the middle. Take your left hand and cross it over your right thigh. We feel our core engaged towards spine. Right hand supports behind, and we pause in this first seated twist. Core relaxes, and we twist to the other side. Pull that core back in. This time right hand's supporting. Left hand is behind you, pretty close to the tailbone, driving your spine upright. Stay with your breath. And return back to the middle. Kind of open up a lovely shoulder chest stretch. I call this the half cactus. Going to trade arms one at a time. Right elbow down, fingertips up, open up, feel that lovely twist, and then place it back to the middle. Continue trading from side to side. Inhale. Exhale, relax. Back to the middle. I'm taking my block out from underneath now. Stretching my legs long, shaking them out. Getting all that blood flow back into the legs as we were seated for a little while. Getting that circulation back in and maybe flexing and pointing the toes, rolling those ankles around, getting some clicks and pops out. Let's come to our Baddha Konasana pose, bound angle. My feet, knees, and groins form a diamond shape. I'm going to head into another little neck roll. As we come forward, forehead gets heavy. Inhale, nose high up to the ceiling. And exhaling around to, again, changing directions after each rotation. We feel some lovely loosening happening in the lower back and the back of the pelvis. Of course, as we come forward, we feel that inner thigh and groin stretch as well. You might feel like you want to continue this movement, or some people might like to come forward. A heaviness comes into the elbows. We lean forward with a flat back and find some heaviness holding into this steady stretch. So continue moving if you want to, or find stillness. I rested my arms on a block, which I find supportive. And we focus our breath into wherever we're feeling the stretch. Once again, we find that spaciousness as we inhale. And as we exhale, we let it go. Notice if any tension is crept up in the body, try to let it go. When you feel ready, gently, slowly coming up and putting my prop off to the side. And slowly I'm swinging my legs around and coming to an all fours position. Hands under shoulders, knees just a little bit wider than the hips, coming into what I call wagging the tail. Shifting weight from one knee to the other as we wag our tailbone from side to side. Feel like there's a softness to the elbows. Coming to cat-cow curls, tailbone tucks. Inhale, gaze up to the ceiling. Exhale, core engages and we curl to round. Find your flow with your breath. Inhale, relax your belly, lift the heart. Exhale, core engages and we curl to round. And we continue. This feels really nice for the lower back, but we're getting a nice stretch on the whole spine. Begin to find child's pose, sending your hips back towards your heels. Stretch the arms long in front of you if that feels good, resting your forehead down. We breathe into the lower back. As you exhale, feel your heart melting down. There's some spaciousness in the space between the shoulder blades as we inhale. And again, as we exhale, the hips sink back and the heart melts down. Staying low in that shape, walking the hands over to the right hand side. As we do that, we get this lovely stretch on the left hand side from the rib cage all the way down into your hip. Pausing on this side, finding your breath. And we stay low as we gently walk over to the other side, setting the arms. You can always fold the arms and rest your head down on your hands if you prefer. And we breathe into all that lovely length on the opposite side. And slowly coming out of that shape, coming back to our all fours position. Walk those hands a little further ahead, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, finding our first downward facing dog. A little softness to the elbows and the shoulders. We're thinking the spine is long, the heels trading down one at a time, walking out that dog, getting some nice stretch into the calves. Maybe your head shakes from side to side, front and back, loosening up neck and shoulders. And slowly we'll walk the feet forward towards the hands, finding a fold at the top. Take a few bends and stretches. Bend deeply and stretch. And once you settle into this shape, really thinking about the crown of the head pointing down, choosing maybe grabbing opposite elbows. Maybe a rotation happens. Inhale, hands to the floor, gaze forward with a flat back. And exhale, step those feet back into our high plank position. Let's bring our knees down to the earth, shoulders over the wrists, and slowly lower your body all the way down. Rising up into a cobra, proud through the chest, relax the shoulders. And exhale, lowering your heart down. Pressing into your hands and knees, lifting into a baby cobra, and lowering your gaze down. Inhale, gazing. Exhale, other ear turns down. And we let this continue. Most of this work is happening through the back. Not using my hands to help me very much as I come to baby cobra. And exhale, turn one cheek down. And as we come out, we press to hands and knees, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, finding our downward facing dog again. Again, thinking long spine, relax your neck and shoulders. And then we walk back up to the top. Find that forward fold. Hopefully feeling a little more space now. Slide hands to shins, inhale, gaze forward. Exhale to fold. Slow curl, one vertebrae at a time. We gently, slowly roll up. Top of the head is that last piece that lifts up. Roll the shoulders back. Awesome. Let's stand tall and proud, lifting all your toes up. Lowering them back down to the mat. Kind of like how we spread our fingers wide. Same thing, we feel all of our toes pressing. Core engages, grow up tall through the top of your head, relax the hands. Turn those palms to face forward. This is our mountain pose, Tarasana. Feel all that you've done so far. Feel all that energy moving in your body. Connect once again with your breathing. Return your gaze. Interlace fingers, flip palms up towards the ceiling. Turn your gaze over your right shoulder and then release your hands wide. Interlace fingers, stretch up to the ceiling. Rotate, look over left shoulder and release the hands wide. There's your flow. Keep that going. Inhale, stretch up. Rotate. Exhale, release. Back to center, finding a side bend. We're going to trade this from side to side, sliding down a thigh, reaching up and over. Trying to stay really open through that top shoulder. And we get a nice big range of motion now that we're standing tall. And release. Let's come to our standing flow. Let's take the left foot and bring it up towards the top of the mat. Feet are wide, kind of like we're on train tracks as opposed to being on a balance beam. Back leg is strong and straight. Return navel and chest towards the top. Bend deep into your front knee and reach the hands up towards the ceiling. Warrior one. Let's hinge from the waist. Core is firing. Streamline the arms. Find your focus. Hands come down towards the ground to the ball of the back foot. We start to rock between two positions, this lunge position and then our pyramid where we get a nice hamstring stretch. Find your lunge, make sure that knee is stacked over the ankle, and then push the hips back, straightening both legs and getting that nice hamstring stretch. Flow at your own pace and timing. And then our knee will return to the earth. Setting up, again, make sure your knee is stacked over your ankle. Sink the hips down, reach the hands high up towards the ceiling. And our hands come back down. Lift the back knee off of the ground, rock, rock, and chuck that front foot to the back. We find our downward facing dog once again. From there, move that weight forward into high plank. Choosing high plank or knees down first if you prefer. Find our Cobra. Relax the shoulders, lift the heart. And exhale, sink and melt the heart down. Tuck the toes from hands and knees. We come back to downward facing dog. Train the heels down if that feels good. And watch the hands as this time they walk backwards towards the toes, finding a fold at the back of the mat. When you're ready, slow curl as we gently roll up one vertebrae at a time. Top of the head is that last piece that lifts. Reach wide this time. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale through the middle. Heading to our standing flow on the opposite side. So this time the right foot is forward. Again, our stance is wider as if we're standing on train tracks as opposed to a balance beam. Back leg is strong and straight, reaching those hands up towards the ceiling as we bend deep into our front knee. When you're ready, we start to streamline those arms along the sides of the body. We've hinged from the waist and we pause. Hands return to the earth. We come to the ball of the back foot and we trade between these two positions. Our lunge, knee stacks over ankle. Exhale, shifting back to pyramid. Inhale into our lunge. Exhale, straightening both legs. Big hammy stretch. And drop that back knee down towards the floor. Find your balance. Reach the hands up, sink the hips, lift the heart, maybe gazing up. And lower your hands back down. We're going to bring up that back knee to the ball of the back foot, rock, rock, and slide that front foot back. Reach the heart forward. Find the high plank or lower the knees down first. Gently we come all the way down. Keep those elbows tucked in. Find your cobra, lift the heart. And exhale to sink. Here comes a little core and back work. To start, I've let my one cheek rest onto the earth, relaxing the arms, just taking a moment, pause. Reach your hands forward, gazing to fingertips, lift the feet as well. As if we're swimming, pull those arms back. Inhale, lower everything down. Exhale, lift the legs and swing those arms back. Inhale, long body. Exhale, swim those arms back. Inhale, long body. Exhale, lift. And that's it. Hands and knees, we press up, we push those hips back, finding child's pose. Rest your head heavy, long spine. Maybe it feels nice to turn your gaze. I'm massaging my forehead by gently rotating my gaze from side to side. Sliding the hands back, we arrive back in all fours, and our right hand's going to stretch up to the ceiling, threading through for thread the needle. Hips stay up, shoulder stays down, with an option to take the left hand, back of the hand slides against the small of the back, and maybe open that shoulder up and gaze up towards the ceiling. This is an option, a little extra. Slowly coming out, land your hand down, thread back out on an inhale, and exhale, lower down. Other side, left is stretching up, inhale. Exhale, thread that through, heavy shoulder, heavy ear, hips stay lifted. Here comes your option for a little extra, back of the right hand this time, finding the small of the back. Roll the shoulder back, maybe turning your gaze up towards the ceiling. And slowly we thread back out, Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lower it down. Okay, choosing a side to lay onto. Let's do a little side lie series. So I'm going to come to a supine twist first. I let my body stack to one side, and then I let my upper arms stretch up and away. Hands are in a T position, maybe gazing up to the ceiling or over that opposite side shoulder. We feel such a lovely stretch through the spine, opening up the chest and shoulders as well. Maybe the eyes come to a close and we find our breath. Back to the middle, feet wide, and let the knees wave from side to side as a little counter pose before our other side. And when you're ready, roll over, stack the hips, knees, shoulders, and ears, and then our opposite hand will reach wide, gazing up to the ceiling or over that opposite side shoulder. We want to feel like both shoulder blades are rooting down into the earth, but sometimes it'll be lifted up. That's okay. And this time when we come out of this shape, let's come to a knee to chest position, or an option to come into happy baby if you want to. So you can keep the hands on the knees, or you might grab the outer edges of the feet while the soles of the feet point up towards the ceiling. Both of these are lovely for loosening the lower back. As you can see, I like to rock in this position. And releasing. And take a figure 4 position. Right foot is down, left ankle is crossed over top. You can keep the foot down or pick up that position. Reach the hands through to hug the underside of your hamstring. Or a little more advanced is grabbing over top of the shin. You could also use a strap and wrap it around that shin to make it easier to hold. This is a hip stretch. So breathe deep, relax the jaw, unclench those teeth. You'll see again, I do like to move in this position, so I'm doing a little gentle rocking. And lower that shape down. As we head to the other side, other foot crosses over for figure 4. Either leave the sole of that foot down or pick up that position, hug underneath the hamstring, or reach over the shin, which is just fancy and extra, and don't worry about it. Maybe you find a little rocking, little movement. And gently we'll come out of that shape. And we're thinking about where we want to be for Shavasana. Could be that the feet are wide, knees knock in together. Some people really enjoy how that feels on the hip flexors. Maybe shake out your wrists, get any little wiggles or movements out. And relaxing the whole body. Heaviness to the back side of the body, feeling those contact points where you are touching the surface. Front of the body is feeling light and open. We let everything that we've done soak into the body. Shouldn't feel any engagement anymore. Muscles are not holding on or firing. Everything is letting go. This is your time to rest and relax. As we come out of this final shape of Shavasana, maybe coming back to that windshield wiper blading, maybe stretching the legs long and the arms up overhead. That was a lovely practice. Thank you all so much from my heart to yours. Namaste. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing.